The Expanse drama continues. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Asha Media TV. For those of you that are new here, welcome. My name is Asha. This is my channel where I like to watch, react, and review a variety of stuff related to sci-fi, fantasy, and comic books. So in today's video, I am going to be watching episode 7 of the 4th season of The Expanse, titled A Shot in the Dark. But before I press play on this episode, I do need to cover some basic stuff. If you are new to my channel, please don't skip ahead and listen up. First thing you should know is that this is a spoiler-filled reaction video. Spoilers ahead related to The Expanse up until this episode. Spoilers ahead. You've been warned. And number 2, it is very possible you've come across older videos on my channel where I was showing video footage and clips with the audio and all that stuff. I made a decision. I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm not going to delete them. I'm just going to leave them where they are. But with that in mind, I just need to let you know that I no longer provide those kinds of reactions here on YouTube for very valid reasons. Legal ones. Instead, what I do offer is a watch-along experience, so it is best if you get access to the episode on your end. I have it on my end. We sync up together using my visual and vocal cues that I provide in the video for you, and we watch the episode together. However, I am very much aware of those of you who prefer a much more stress-free way to watch me watch The Expanse, and I offer an alternate version to my reactions to The Expanse and other stuff that I watch, and details on how to access those alternate reactions with bonus content and extra perks are in the description box below. And lastly, if you choose to leave a comment and you want me to read it, please start it off with no spoilers followed by your non-spoiler comment. Otherwise, I am skipping right past it and I will miss out on your wonderful nugget of insight that you want to share with me related to this episode. Non-spoilery info, right? All right, people. The basics have been covered with any newbies watching. I am now going to get ready to press play on this episode. In episode 6, we left off with Hero Holden diving into the ruins of Illus to save himself from, getting tsunamied, so to speak. And so now it's about what's going to happen to everybody inside the ruins. And then we had also Dr. Elvie and that Belter kid who were scratching their eyes with a possible infection that's going to spread around the whole encampment, it seems. And then we also have everybody on Earth having a hard time, or not having a hard time, they cannot communicate with Illus. And then we have the whole situation with Medina Station with Drummer and Ashford trying to pursue Marco, which I hope we see in this episode. What else did we have in episode 6? We also had the Rossi, they're in orbit, and Alex and Naomi are stuck up there, as well as other vessels. And thank you for the clarification or the correction that all vessels are stuck in orbit and they can't really move. And it's the Barbacola that is going to likely, they're going to hit the ground first if nothing happens, if nothing changes in their situation. I thought it was just them alone, but it's like everybody. Damn. All right, so I'm going to get ready to press play. If you are going to watch along with me, keep on watching. If not, skip ahead to the review takeaway portion of this video and answer my questions. Either way, hopefully I'll see you at some point. But I'm out of here to watch this episode. Hello. All right, so this is how my watch-along process works. I line up right at the beginning of the episode, 0000. I don't skip the intro. It's very soothing for me. And so you'll see me zone out until the beginning of the actual episode. And then what you'll see on the screen is a visual cue when I'm pressing play, pause, or rewind, as well as you'll get my vocal cue. And you'll see a timestamp there, as well as a timer, and also a visual layout that should help you follow along if you cannot get access to the episode and you know this episode inside out. As long as you keep your eyes stuck to the screen, you'll have an idea what I'm kind of seeing. And that's the best way or safest way I can show you visually on YouTube, okay? Now, as a reminder, if you want a more stress-free way to watch me watch this episode with bonus content and other stuff you can explore, check out the details in the description box below. Okay, that's enough solicitation. Okay, all right, let's get to watching. Okay, party people, it is time to count down to play. I am at the 000 mark, and I'm going to count down right now. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, play. By the way, for those of you that may or may not, well, may not in this case, read the questions I'll put in the pinned comment section on my YouTube channel. I had asked a question that, I think this was for episode 6 I asked it for, or 5, I can't remember. And I'd asked if The Expanse was turned into a feature film, or like a trilogy, you know, who would you want as the director? Right? And I never put my own answer, but I'll say right now, when I thought about it, I was like, the Russo brothers. I mean, when you see what they've done with Marvel properties, I'm like, I would love for them to get a stab at it. Or Steven Spielberg. Anyways, let me know if you're so inclined to let me know at least 1 or 2 directors that come to mind. There are a couple others, but I'm not sure about them. So I'm only saying the ones that I'm sure about. All right, shutting up. Wow, that's a lot of freaking water. Oh, it's already begun. She's checking that now. Okay. You gotta ration everything. I like this lighting. This looks so real that I'm like, I'm assuming it's a practical set, right? And maybe some CG components here and there. Fucking Miller. Wow, that's gonna be something like a whole episode of all of them falling out of orbit. It's a lot of destruction. Right? Like, lady, he can't fight nature. Seriously? Seriously? What's that lady's name anyway? Carol? Really? Just Carol? I thought it was gonna be something else. At the mercy. Like, as if. Oh my gosh, this thing is spreading fast. So that's his perspective. He sees green specks. Ah. An allergic reaction. Wow, okay. Speaking of that, my daytime allergies are creeping up. My eyes are tearing up. Oh boy, this is gonna be bad. Someone's gonna instigate something. Let them come to us? Mm-hmm. That's probably not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. I understand. She doesn't want her sacrifice to be for nothing. Who does? It's all right. Mm. I like her look here. Nice and relaxed, but still pretty. lie. I agree. No. Dude. Oh my goodness. Mm. Is that so hard? Yeah, she's too hard on herself. Me neither. Yeah, he's a dangerous man. Got it. Okay. He seems so smart that I wouldn't be surprised it's all a setup. Yeah. It's a little extreme, but okay. I like that one. Politically, that is a good move, but I don't think Marco's gonna make it that easy. The way they introduced this Marco guy, it's like I don't know, like when I compare the types of stuff that's very similar, he's probably like 5 steps ahead of all of them. Right. It must be so weird for them. Like, they're depending really on an entity they can't see, but they believe. Hmm. Oh, she lied. Oh. Oh my gosh, the way she just described that. Ah. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. Holden's immune? Mm-hmm. Yo, you gotta give credit where it's due. Murtry's, his calmness there. When he's freaking out inside, he's like, fuck, I'm gonna go blind in a day. Oh, that's okay. Well, didn't expect it to be that drastic. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my gosh. He's all quiet about it until he asks. Oh boy. I'm surprised there aren't many others kind of saying out loud, like, I can't see. Oh, that's sweet of you, Holden. Holden. Oh my gosh. Amos. Mm-mm. Oh. All it took was news that you're going to go blind to have a change of heart? Well, better he changed his heart at that time. I just hope these two won't be killing each other or trying to. Because I, without a doubt, know if Amos has to take her out, he won't even blink. Understandably. Naomi protege here. I was literally going to say that. I'm like, girl, you don't need university. You got Naomi. It's going to be mass hysteria, though. Maybe for him it's delayed. Well, from her perspective. That sounds very ominous. Don't. Oh, well, yeah, you should tell him, actually. Right? Oh. I can't even imagine that. Like, can you imagine all at once in one episode? Everyone's just blind except Holden. And like Holden has to lead them out or help them. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be terrifying. I'm actually kind of hoping to see that though, because that's something I've never seen in a TV show series. Cool classroom. Greek mythology. An apple. That's fitting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's her nature, though. She's always wanting to win. So interesting because they have absolutely zero chemistry, those two actors. Like, zero. It's so weird. When you compare all the other actors together, they're husband and wife. Go figure. Mm-hmm. Prax. Okay. I was like, what kind of sand? Oh, wow. Things we take for granted, huh? He probably does. I do not understand this, but okay. Okay, hopefully they'll explain it in simple terms. I like it. Mama, daughter, Auntie Naomi team up. It's cool. Oh no. So they're gonna try to kill Holden. It's all business for him. Fair enough. Girl, you gotta see that. I think she's in for a rude awakening. I can't wait to see it. Wow, they're going blind quite quick. Oh, water is pooling in. That's not good. He drowned? Why'd he do that? What the hell? So he assumed that guy did it? Uh, uh-oh. That's likely what happened to your friend, maybe? Who knows? What? Ah! Is it like leeches or something? Or some kind of leech for this planet? Oh my gosh. And it's like instant attack. Oh, wow. Okay. Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse. Okay. Wow. It's now or never, huh? Dum da da dum dum. Okay. So they attack their drives, now they're landing. I still think this is all friggin' set up. It's too friggin' easy. Here comes the casualties. What just happened? What? Like gone? Like it blew up or something? So it was a trap? It's a trap! Wow, okay. Interesting. Huh. Alrighty, people. Takeaways coming up. Well. Season 4's roller coaster ride is really picking up. I cannot wait to see where the drop-off point is going to be at. I'm assuming episode 10, yeah, my wheels are turning. Okay, so in terms of takeaways from this episode, it's very streamlined for me because there wasn't too much going on with other characters. Like I thought we were going to touch on Drummer and Ashford, but we didn't go there. So let me break it down as simply as I can. This is probably going to be the shortest takeaway portion of a reaction, I think. I mean, the way I babble, you never know. Okay, so the first takeaway for sure is that whole eye infection thing, where within an episode now, it went from, an allergic reaction to really, y'all gonna go blind in a day. And that is quite something. I've never seen a narrative like this in anything I've watched. So I am quite excited at the prospect of an episode where everyone literally just goes blind. And I'm assuming that's probably the next episode where it's going to be mass hysteria and everybody's trying to see what they can see. I just visually, in terms of storytelling for television, that will be quite interesting to see. But at the same time, it is frightening. It's a frightening prospect for them. Which leads into my second takeaway, and that is the reaction Murtry has to the whole situation. There I was, naively thinking that Murtry was finally having a bit of compassion for the situation. I honestly thought that because he realizes they're all in the same predicament, maybe he's gonna kind of calm it down a little bit and try to work with everyone rather than trying to work against the Belters. But of course, why am I not surprised that really his end game is all business, literally, like it's money for him, and the end goal really, like he said, what they were gonna do in a year, they're gonna do within a day. I'll be honest, it's kind of frustrating that trope kind of throws itself in. Now, I know, before you start writing in the comments, this is very intelligently written and everything. I know. I'm just saying, there's a part of me as a viewer, seeing characters like Murtry so many times and so many other different things, it would have been nice, just even just for this episode, right? To subvert my expectation and have Murtry genuinely feel maybe really vulnerable to the situation, and then in the next episode, something, maybe an interaction with a Belter kind of kicks him off that compassion train, and then he, his anger, his fury or whatever against them kind of overcomes maybe the little empathy and compassion he was seemingly displaying in this episode. Do you get what I mean? It would have just been cool to kind of see that momentarily, just to add a little bit of spice of something different to his, villainry. I hope you understand what I mean. I'm not trying to put down the writing for the show at all. I'm just saying, considering everything I've seen with characters very similar to Murtry, it would have been cool if just for a second, Murtry had a heart. As for my last takeaway from this episode, it's obviously what happened in the last, 30 seconds of this episode where the Pazuzu ship just disappeared. No, I'm assuming that it exploded. It was all a setup and a trap, and those Belters were used as bait for the UN. If you watch my reaction, I had said out loud that the way the show introduced Marco with all this backstory, especially his mini trial there, his OPA trial with Drummer and all the other factions. And then in this episode, they had somewhat of his 411 background. highlighted for us on display, literally, as if it was being taught to a classroom of people, which it kind of was in a way. I'm interpreting it as the show basically telling me this is the mastermind villain of this season. And if I understood the ending of this episode correctly, Marco's going to be a huge problem for everyone. And if the UN can't find him to defeat him, he's just going to be sprinkling trouble all over the damn place amongst the OPA, perhaps with Mars, but I don't think so because he has a little connection with Mars, but maybe certain parts of Mars he might have problems with. I don't know. And then, of course, it's not just Marco alone, right? As they've said multiple times, he has a very loyal following. Question is, who's a part of that following? Is anybody kind of working undercover? You know, because that crossed my mind in this episode at one point. I didn't say it out loud, but I'm saying it now. That when they were saying how he has a very loyal following, I was like, it wouldn't surprise me if Marco is so sneaky in a sense, right? Perhaps he's used his own people to infiltrate the UN, maybe other Belter factions, other Mars places. Like, who knows where he has eyes and ears that some may think are trustworthy, and they're right in front of your face. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised if Mercury somehow could be one of his operatives. Maybe it's a little too far-fetched, but I'm just saying I think it's quite clear to me as a viewer not to underestimate Marco Inaros. Overall, this was a very enjoyable episode. I do like the way they paced everything. And I would say this particular episode is a really good example in a general sense as to the type of television show I like to watch, where there's just enough action, you know, to keep me engaged visually, especially with special effects and all that stuff. And within that action, there's organic character development. I mean, in this episode, I learned more about Naomi. I learned more about Lucia, her daughter, the situation with the Barbie ship and what they're going to figure out to save it. And Avasarala opening up a bit and being more self-aware about her drive to win, her drive to be right, as well as her fear, her sincere, reasonable fear of Earth being threatened the way it was before. I can't praise this show enough at how it's so good at keeping me engaged as a viewer, but also interested and learning more and more, not on the physics stuff, because I'm still like completely clueless, but on the character development and their backstories and their narrative and how it intertwines with everyone else and everything else going on. I don't need to babble on about it. You know what I mean. So there you have it. That is my reaction and my takeaways from episode 7. 3 more episodes to go. If you enjoyed this video, the best way that you can show me is by supporting this tiny little channel by following the 2 prompts you see here at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you everyone for watching, and until episode 8, I'm Asha tuning out. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and subscribe. You know you wanna.